You know, I don't say this a lot because I figured it was implied, but you really should be listening to me. I know my shit. Doctors hate me and my one simple trick. It's called a kickflip, and it's basically an all-access pass to ass, cash, and grass. These medically accredited fucks are just bitter that I took them to school and gave them a 3rd degree without the student loan debt. But you know how it goes. You can bring the naysayers to Kool-Aid, but you can't make them drink. That is a horse joke, and I am the Jonestown jockey. And if you needed me to explain that, then you're not keeping pace. But I don't expect you to be able to play my game. That's why I tell you about the other ones. I'm Lyle Rath, and this is Pregame Discharge, the only video game show that keeps your sensory holes pointed in the right direction. Ion Maiden is called Ion Fury now. This is because of a lawsuit from the band Iron Maiden, or rather the lawyers of the band Iron Maiden, which never actually went to court. 3D Realms just decided it would be easier to change the name. This honestly is kind of bullshit. I mean, number one, because the name isn't Iron Maiden, it's a play on Iron Maiden, but that should probably be allowed. And also because an Iron Maiden isn't just a band name, it's also a thing. Granted, it's not a thing we use anymore, but I mean, honestly, shouldn't it be? Do you want to experience the horrors of war as a goat? Because that's a thing you can do. Goat of Duty is a shooter game wherein everyone is a goat and has no affiliation with Goat Simulator, despite it also being full of ragdolls, and I guess just riding on the general principle that we've decided goats are funny, I guess. In news that doesn't really feel like news, Nintendo announced the Nintendo Switch Lite, which is a Nintendo Switch that doesn't switch. It just kind of does one thing. The Joy-Cons don't come off, there are no motion or rumble features, and it can't be played on your TV. It's just a smaller, more portable version of the Switch, which people wanted. The main trade-off is that it's cheaper, obviously, and has a bit of a better battery life and D-pad. I don't know, not being able to play it on a TV is a major deal breaker for me, but if there's a market for this, it doesn't bother me. In news that bothers me, Nintendo has also claimed that they are not discontinuing support for the 3DS and insisting that the Nintendo Switch Lite is not its replacement. But can't it be? I don't want to play a game on this. Remember the Game Boy player? Remember the Super Game Boy? Why'd you never make something like that? You had a thing that had a touch screen on it. Nobody bought. You couldn't sell it. You know what would have sold it? This fucking game library. You know, I still haven't played Link Between Worlds, despite Link to the Past being one of my favorite games and being well within the means to do so. Just put it on a, you know what? Let's move on. Amazon Game Studios, which is, I guess, a thing, behind such titles as Breakaway, no, that got canceled. Tofu Fury, the iconic game that we all remember, is making a Lord of the Rings MMO. We don't really know anything about it other than that it'll be for console and PC. You might be wondering what you're seeing on screen right now. That's because there's no footage of this game that exists anywhere, so.
They're taking the hobbits to Isengard. The hobbit, the hobbit, the hobbit, the hobbit, the hobbit, the hobbit, the guard.
I'm Lyle Rath, and this has been Pregame Discharge. Come back next week, and we will seek the pocket of whispers that holds the secrets of this world.